So Antahkaran is a word in Sanskrit, which is Anta means inside, Antahkaran. So something in my subjectivity, which I am experiencing, is called Antahkaran. It has got 4 components. Okay, Chitta is the first component. What is Chitta? Chitta means memory. What I call memory in English is called Chitta in Sanskrit. And this Chitta is not memory from previous births. It's a very important distinction. Chitta of this lifetime gets destroyed after this birth is over. Chitta is the memory I have created in this lifetime, from my birth till death. It dies with me. Chitta doesn't go with me. That's another level. That is Karan Sarir, where everything is stored. I am talking about the Suchma Sarir, subtle body, which goes up till Vijnana Maya Kosa. The Panchakosa theory, I can't cover everything, I hope, maybe it's not possible, but we have this Panchakosa theory where the body, I will go quickly. Annamaya Kosa is the body made by food. Anna is food. Whatever we eat becomes the body. So that is Annamaya Kosa. That is Sthul Sarir, which everyone can see. This Sthul Sarir runs through energy, and that is called Pranamaya Kosa. Why we need breath? Pranavayu we need. Right? This Pranavayu sustains the Pranamaya Kosa. Okay. And then the third layer is the Manomaya Kosa, where all these desires, aversions, etc., memories, etc., are stored. Okay. And then there is the Vijnanomaya Kosa, which is the intellectual sheath, using which we can learn things and discriminate between things. We can calculate, we can foresee, we can understand what is good, what is bad. We can become a teacher actually, because we can gain so much knowledge using the Vijnanamaya Kosa. And then the Anandamaya Kosa, which is the bliss sheath. Ananda means happiness. So it's bliss sheath. And that is the last covering of the Atman. So Atman is encased in 5 layers or 5 kosas or sheaths. And beyond all these 5 sheaths is our Atma, or what is called soul, Atman. The word Om represents that Atman. In Sanatana Dharma, whenever we say Om, we are remembering our own Atma. And that is why the word Om has so much power. If you recite Om with your eyes closed, you will feel Om reverberating in every cell of your body. If you can keep chanting for a long time, at one point your whole structure will be vibrating with Om. It's that powerful one, because it is representing the Atma. Okay. Anyway, so this Suchma Sarir is basically composed of the Manomaya Kosa, the Vijnanamaya Kosa, these 2 levels mostly. And Pranamaya Kosa is like a bridge between the Sthul Sarir and the Sushma Sarir. Okay. So, in the Antahkaran, what I am saying, Antahkaran basically means, mostly the subtle body, the Manomaya Kosa and the Vijnanamaya Kosa. So, Vijnanamaya Kosa is comprised of your thoughts and beliefs and values and your attitudes. And your Manomaya Kosa is comprised of all your likes and dislikes. You can think very simply like that. What we call the brain is the Vijnanamaya Kosa, and what I call my heart is the Manomaya. A very simple kind of categorization to relate to the English concepts. Are you with me, all of you? So, in the Antahkaran, another way of looking at it is Antahkaran. Because mind is so complex, we need to understand in all its categories. So, first is Chitta, which is the memory storehouse. Then it has got Manas. So, what I call, mind in English, Manas is a much more vast concept than mind, but the closest English word is mind. What is Manas? Manas is the seat of all your desires and all your aversions. That is what Manas is. What Amma calls likes and dislikes. Everything that you like and everything that you dislike is Manas. Or for every memory, a certain judgment is stored in your mind, inside, which is the reactions to the life, habitual reactions which have become like a very, very fixed kind of disposition that we have developed. We like certain things, we dislike certain things. We like certain memories, we dislike certain memories. All that is the Manas. Desires are sitting in the Manas part of the mind. Okay. Chitta is pure memory, but how the memory interacts with our Antahkaran, that is the Manas. Are you following me? The inner judge, of experiencing pleasure or pain, that is the Manas. So, Chitta and Manas Now this is a very important distinction, because if we understand these things, we will be able to raise our children, our own biological children and students much, much better. Because each one has all these things. And then there is the Buddhi. Buddhi is that in us which is used to think, or the Vijnanamaya Kosa. It straight away correlates with the Buddhi. Right? What we call intellect in English. That is very easy, right? And then the Ahankara. Ahankara. And that is what is the most troublesome one. Most troublesome one, which we have to focus on little bit more. So Ahankara is called in English as ego. In English, the closest correlate of Ahankara is ego. Now Ahankara has again two components. Okay. One is Asmita. Asmita is, it seems as if it exists. In reality, it is doesn't existing. In reality, it is only a projection of the atman on the body, mind, intellect complex. Okay. That is why, I don't have much time. I am also not very deeply into astrology. So in astrology, Shani, the Lord Saturn, is called Chaya Putra. Some of you may know it, those who have interest in astrology, it's called Chaya Putra. Why it is called Chaya Putra? And Rahu is called Chaya. Rahu is called Chaya. And Shani is called Chaya Putra. Why? And Rahu is a shadow planet. Rahu is not a real planet, it's only a mathematical point. It is the place where the reflection of the moon shines. North node, moon's north node, where the reflection shines, the shadow, that is Rahu, and the south node is the Ketu. So obviously it's a shadow, right? Shadow is literally Chaya, and Chaya Putra is Shani. Why I am saying this is because Shani is always gloomy, sad, pessimistic, believes in materialistic life. All that I see with my eyes and touch with my body is only real. And so Shani is very cautious and likes to work diligently. And for Shani, a stick in hand is what is needed. Because without that stick, the child will not listen. So teachers who beat the child a lot are in the grip of Shani, Saturn, discipline principle. And why Shani is so disciplined? Because it is worried my child will run into an accident. It's a pessimistic approach towards life. Sun hates Shani. Sun, the father of Shani. When Shani was born to Sun, he was very horrified. How can I am so beautiful and handsome and my son is so ugly and is lame? So he rejected Shani. Why? Because Sun is glorious. It is the Atman. It is the Brahman. It wants to fly high in the sky of consciousness. It believes I am the king. And Shani believes I am the knocker, slave. No risk, nothing. And Sun says, what is the problem? No, just take the risk. No, we are the king. What we can lose? We are the sun, right? Very different attitude. So why I am telling this is, this Ahankara is basically a chaya. Doesn't exist in reality. It's a confusion in our body, mind, intellect that we are this separate person. That is Ahankara in Sanskrit. And each one of us is suffering from that illusion. And that is what is called the great Maya, the great illusion, the Mahamaya. That is what the word Mahamaya means. Rahu is the Mahamaya. It doesn't exist. Does the shadow exist? There is a tree in the sun. Sun is casting light upon the tree and tree is forming a shadow. So sun is real, I accept. You also accept. Tree is real, I accept. You also accept. Is the shadow real? Or only an artifact? A phenomenon. It's a phenomenon, artifact, right? But a shadow can play a useful role. In the heat of summer, I can sit in the shadow and enjoy the coolness. Is it not? So just because shadow doesn't exist doesn't mean it's not useful. It's very useful. Similarly, Ahankara is a shadow that Atman casts upon the body, mind, intellect complex. This Atman, pure energy consciousness is Atman. This is the Atman. Atman is not far from you. When you look at your friend's eyes, your Atman looks at the friend's eyes. And Atman knows immediately that he has seen me. And Atman is so intelligent, it knows in split second, immediately. That should show you how intelligent Atman is in reality, which you are. It is just that we don't use it, its power, enormous powers. Okay. Because we are covered under this Maya, great illusion, body, mind, intellect complex. So this Ahankara has two components. One is Asmita, and second is, this, what is called Abhiman. The pride. Dehabhiman is, for example, Dehabhiman or Buddhi Abhiman. Or maybe, there is no more better person than me. I am the best person. See, look at me, how humble I am. What a humble statement, right? Look at me, no one is more humble than me. Very humble statement, no? That is Abhiman. On humility, that I am the most humble. But the moment you say I am the most humble, it's like silence saying I am the silence. The moment silence says I am the silence, silence is gone. Because you are no longer the silence. So Ahankara has two, Asmita, it feels that I exist as this body, mind, intellect complex. Rajiv exists. And not only that, Rajiv is very great and Rajiv is very grand. And Rajiv is exceptional and he is the very best. That is the Abhiman. These two things, when they come together, they become a barrier to the divine. Now since Rajiv is great, obviously God is not great. Who created Rajiv? Rajiv no longer remembers God. Who needs God? Rajiv is so great, no? It is called narcissism in West, right? There was a Prince Narcissus who saw his reflection, fell in love with that image. You may have heard that story. It's called narcissism. I feel I am great. And when I feel I am great, I only serve my interests. At most, maybe my family interests. Because I project myself into my family. And this happens very, very immediately. The moment you start loving something, anything, it can be a person or object, yourself or idea of self, which is this Ahankara, expands and includes that in your self-definition. For example, if you don't believe me, if you buy a new car and you love your car and you just put it in the parking somewhere and someone puts a scratch on your car and you see it, someone reacted right now. So it's like a scratch on the heart, no? Why? That's only a physical object, no? Metal object. Why you should worry about it? Get it painted, no? But you will feel so much anger. Which bloody fool has done this? Let me find out. May such a person go to hell. Okay. You will tell like that. So you see, why car has become so important? It's no object only, no? Because your Ahankara now includes the car. The shadow, na? It includes everything that is, it identifies with. Right? So this Ahankara becomes a trouble because when it becomes very big, it becomes very easily hurtable. What is called insult. Divine can never be insulted. I think it's a very great point I am sharing. You should remember this. Divine can never be insulted and Ahankara is very quickly insulted. Immediately. So this becomes a problem. See, Ahankara feeds on pride. Food for Ahankara is pride. And from where pride comes? It comes from success. So I have proved for you that success can never lead to happiness. Success will lead to more and more pride. And pride is one of the 6 evil emotions. Mad. Lobha, moha, kama, krodha, mad, matsarya. Mad is the pride. 5 devils, 6 devils. 5th one is the mad, pride. So how can a evil quality be happiness? You are following what I am saying? He is a very proud man, a very arrogant man. Do you like to work with such a person? Anyone in this room wants to work with such a person? No, na? Isn't everyone saying no? So that is what this person is thinking, that I am so great. But other people can see that. Big Ahankara, big pride, big proud ego. We all love who? We love truly successful people who are very humble and very simple. Is it not? You agree with me, no? When your boss is very, very brilliant and amazing as a person, but still very human and very supportive, you love that, right? That is what is the correct human nature, good human nature, dharmic human nature. So a great human being is what? Great amount of humility plus great amount of knowledge. and competence. Why competence? Because they should be able to do things, practical things, practical problems they should be able to solve.